Jake Noecker here with Home of Fight, and with me today, the owner of Dirty Boxing ahead of Dirty Boxing 2 next week, June 14th in Miami, Mike Perry. Mike, like I said, we're on a little technical delay here, but how we doing ahead of the event?
Hey, brother, I'm doing well, man. I'm very excited for this show, June 14th, live on YouTube and live and in-person action at the Hangar in Coconut Grove. Looking to have some big celebs come out and enjoy the shows with us. And these fighters are ready to put on some action. We got Overdogs podcast later today, pre-recorded, but we're going to have tons of fighters on the episode today talking trash to each other about their upcoming matchup. I'm excited about all of it.
And I'm looking at the card right now. Let me count real quick. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think 8 ex-UFC guys on this card. How are you bringing all this talent over?
Man, we're game, bro. We're ready to play, and we got some big support systems behind us, and a lot of people just want to see some action-packed, fun, exciting fights. And that's what we bring you with this whole new rule set in Dirty Boxing. Boxing with elbows and spinning back fists, Superman punches, and ground and pound to knock down opponents. So all action-packed, is very high pace and high intensity. So, if you missed Dirty Boxing 1, it's on YouTube. Go check out some of the matchups. We have big names on that card, and we got some really big names on this one, and it's sure to be a great event.
And I'll post the full card below, but Jairzinho Rozenstruik, Alex Caceres. I mean, the names go on and on. Is there a fight amongst all these great ones that you're most excited for?
That's tough, man. I think my brother Alex the Spartan is fighting my other brother, the Wolf, my new brother. I like the Wolf, man. He's definitely a showman. He's definitely talked his trash. And I think Alex has been having a good time with this matchup because someone's actually talking shit to him. They're both very dangerous, very capable. And that one's been exciting. Also, a boxer versus former UFC fighter in Trinaldo versus EC Moon. That's going to be a great fight because, EC Moon's a very, very mentally strong fighter and a very skilled boxer, a purebred boxer. So to have that type of form and talent on the show against a gritty opponent in Trinaldo. Trinaldo's a shit talking, MMA style fighter who's going to try to get in close quarters and make the fight dirty. It is dirty boxing, but we'll see what that mixed martial arts style does against a pure form, clean style striker boxer in EC Moon.
And obviously, you got stars up and down the card, but last time at Dirty Boxing 1, there were stars in the building too. Do you guys know any celebrities, influencers, big names going to be in the house this time?
Man, we're still, a lot of that stuff comes together in the last couple weeks, which we're in now. It's hard sometimes for these celebrities to open up their schedule 2 weeks ahead of time. They have to see where there's cancellations and things like that. And anybody who does miss out on the event, you can catch it live on YouTube, but there's nothing like being there in the room filled with that action. The heat is in the air, and these fighters definitely bring the heat. So there's nothing like being in attendance. And I'll be commentating for my second time, so I'm looking forward to that. And I'll be chatting shit all night long on the microphone.
And what about Mr. Jon Jones? Is he going to be back from Thailand in time to be at the event?
I believe Johnny Bones will be there. I, myself, and Johnny Bones, and then there will be some other big names in attendance that I can't exactly give away yet, because you never know when these things change up. You
Sure.
mess around and your name drop, and then someone's like, "Well, I'm not coming anymore." So, I know Bob Mannery owns us, or he owes us. He don't own us. Jesus, I fucked that up. But Bob Mannery owes us because we fucking gave him some, and he should have been a DBX1. So, Mannery, get your ass to DBX2.
Well, Jon Jones should have plenty of time now that he's retired? Question mark.
That's a big question mark. I didn't know he was retired. I just thought he was fucking around on Instagram Live, and everybody bites on everything he does. Y'all keep sucking. You're gonna choke eventually. So, I don't know, man. Everyone wants to see the Aspinall and Jon Jones fight. I'm sure Jon wants to see it. He's a pretty wild mamma jamma. So, I think he'll prepare properly, and there's a bit about waiting in the fight game that I'm learning a lot about.
And I want to ask you about your fighting in a second here, but one more question about dirty boxing for now. Do you guys ever expand past Miami and go for selling out like arenas or anything, or do you like that like small home base area, if that makes sense?
That's interesting thought, because I mean, it is cool to have a smaller, classier crowd, less rambunctious folks sitting up at the top, and it's a more intimate setting, and we try to dress it up real nice, have an amazing party night, and there's some fights involved, some excitement and action. But it's a dream to think that we will one day be large enough to sell out something like a T-Mobile. I would love to see dirty boxing in Las Vegas. I would love to see it in New York City in Madison Square Garden, or in Los Angeles at the, what is it, Clippers Center or whatever it's called. I'm
I
sorry,
forget the new name, but yeah.
I would love to see us perform these events at big arenas. And we've been talking to the teams, like, when we have our meetings with the fight league, I'm always like, bleachers, throw in some bleachers, but we're not doing that yet. I don't know if it's going to give us more seating, less seating. There's lots of stuff that goes into this, lots of math, and actually math is probably a really good subject for me. I can count my money pretty well. So, we're just working, man. We're having a good time in the meantime. And, you'll see that June 14th. These guys, my team and I, have put together such an incredible event and show. And I'm proud of these guys. So, I can say that before we've even had DBX2, because I know the show is going to be amazing.
And then I'm not sure what it's looking like contractually for you or obligation wise, whatever it be, but I guess so many fans asking me, where's Mike Perry fighting next? Dirty boxing, bare knuckle. Like, do you have an answer for this at all?
Yeah. I'm holding out for bare knuckle, and there's a lot that's going into it. And the fans, true fans of mine, are going to have to miss me a little bit longer. Everybody else who's talking shit, there's a lot of them. They all have something to say, but they've all never done nothing with their lives. So, and if they have done something, they're probably not hating on me. Because anybody that's doing something worthwhile, they don't have time to be guessing on everybody else. So, I got a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. It's not a completely full plate. I still got room, but I'm trying to cook everything up real nice. And when I do come back, I know I'm coming back this year, and at some point it has to happen. I'll be in the ring this year. I literally, I'm itching over here to get in the ring, and they're setting me up to make it where, in preparation for my next fight, I'll be taken care of, and then when I get in the ring, man, I'll get to enjoy every moment of it as long as it lasts. And bare knuckle, I don't know how long it can last, but I'm gonna enjoy it all. And you know, everybody knows I'm one tough son of a gun.
And I imagine, stepping away for now almost a year to really be, business hat Mike Perry running DBX. Like, I imagine that makes the itch even worse, having to be around fighters where you can't fight. Like, is that true?
I mean, yeah, I get in the gym and I have some fights in the gym, Um, I've actually, the past couple of weeks, I've taken a little, well, not even true. I traveled to Las Vegas, and I had to throw some hands with Sean Strickland. I had to make it happen. He's wanted to punch me in the head for years. So I stood in front of him and let him punch me. He get it all out and try to make him a little tired. So everybody knows his cardio is really good, and I know he got a little tired punching on me that day. I love my attributes. As far as one of my greatest abilities is taking shots. I can roll with the punches like no one else on the planet. And so I don't really take breaks. It's just a part of my life. I always end up in the gym having a scrap with somebody. It's just a good time. And in order to prepare for a fight, I'll need time when I'm in the ring. To get in the ring, I'll need time to, prepare training twice a day, sometimes 3 times. You got recovery as a part of training, ice baths, and these things that take time. You got a couple hours here, a couple hours there, mornings, nights, afternoons. And, I'm ready to sign a contract and get myself going. But, in the meantime, I'm always prepared. People always ask me, when you fight again? And I say, it could be tonight. It's always at an event. And if someone tries me like a Julian Lane throwing shit at me, I am not going to hide from that. I will give it its attention, and I'll have a scrap. Let's go. I told Jeff Neal, let's go. We'll be at Dirty Boxing June 14th. Me and him can have a little powwow in the damn arena. Let's go.
I'll be in attendance. I won't be complaining, but I also won't be breaking up. So I hope you have good security for that, Mike. But I got 2 left for you, one of which is one more about you fighting. And I have to ask this. Jeremy Stephens, coming off a UFC loss, went back to the UFC. Is that still an option for you, bare knuckle, or do you think he lost some stock with that?
Jeremy Stephens has never been an option for me. I'm not gonna cut off one of my nuts to get in the ring with this short little bastard. He can see me anytime he wants for free. How about that? And he wants me to cut all this weight and put a weight clause on me and this and that. And I'm trying to get a boxing match in bare knuckle at 185 pounds. I think we got a much bigger name in store for everyone and a huge battle ahead. So it's just, in the meantime, I'm working the business aspect. I'm becoming this platinum businessman and promoter, platinum promotions and platinum tequila, Overdogs podcast. I'm quite busy and I still find time to train and remain strong. So, nothing to it. Jeremy Stephens is a short little wiener head. Fuck him. And he ain't going to do shit about it.
Do I get a hint at this giant opponent, or do I just have to wait over here?
Everybody wants to see me beat him up, man.
I mean, I don't even know who this could be off the top of my head. I'm almost thinking, I want the Robbie Lawler fight, but I don't know if that's way off or not.
I don't know, man. I think he's scared.
Who,
I
Robbie?
think he's too afraid to do it.
You talking about Robbie?
Yeah.
Why? You think
Robbie's
his face is too pretty or what?
I got five bare knuckle fights plus, any street fight I've ever had. So I don't know. Has Robbie ever been in a street fight?
I don't know him that well.
I don't think he has. I don't think people tried him.
He's been in some wars, but I don't know if they've been on the street, you know?
I mean, how could it have happened and not gone on the internet?
Unless if it was like a long time ago, right? The thinking cap.
Right.
I like it. I'm just asking the questions. I'm asking the pressing questions. Well, hey, whoever it is next, man.
He's scared, man.
Whoever it is next, we're going to be excited for. Mike, I got one more question for you just because of it being very relevant this weekend. UFC 216 or 316 going down. Merab, O'Malley. I want to know, one, who you got in the rematch, and then two, I want to know, would Sean O'Malley be the perfect fit for DBX someday?
That's tough, man, because considering O'Malley versus Merab, the height discrepancies, O'Malley's quite the kicker. I see him throwing spinning back kicks in preparation for this. A spinning back kiss would be funny retaliation compared to the first fight where Merab kissed him on the back of the shoulder. But, you know, and Herb Dean was all over Merab in the first fight when O'Malley's coach was talking to him, and he's like, hey, and then Herb Dean's like, hey, Merab, you're not allowed to defend yourself from the coach. Get the fuck out of here, man. The coach is talking to me, and Merab's just the most humble fucking dude you ever saw. I love Merab. He's such a great guy. We've gotten a different Sean O'Malley this approach. He's definitely humbled himself, and he's gotten to work. I like him and Tim Welch. I like those guys. I don't want to bet against, I don't want to be, Merab's such a humble guy, man. I think Sean O'Malley is going to be a much tougher challenge. We saw him hurt Merab in the 5th round of the first fight. And I think O'Malley, stylistically, considering body discrepancies and all these things, I think him and Tim and his team has put together a plan. I think he's held off on a little bit of the pot smoking, and which could make your timing and your speed a little bit faster. And at that level, a little bit could be a lot of it. And striking wise, does Merab shoot a bunch? Is Merab going to shoot a bunch and try to get the top control takedowns? It's going to be a great fight, man. It's up in the air on who's going to win it.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's a hell of a rematch. But the second part to that question, O'Malley and DBX someday, you like that maybe?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like our ground and pound style was a lot built off of some fights that O'Malley himself had where he ground and pounded without going to a grounded position. No knee on belly, no full mount. He ground and pounded his opponent while standing over them on his feet. And that is how dirty boxing ground and pound is done. If you go to your knees or knee on belly or anything like that amount, it will be halted and you will be taken back to your feet. So, would love to see O'Malley if he likes that boxing brutality style without his kicks. Come on over, buddy. Who knows? With the cards that Dirty Boxing is releasing and the names we're putting on these cards, who knows who you're going to see at the next one.
Platinum Perry, I appreciate your time. Thank you for going a little over. Anything for all your fans before I get you out of here?
Hey, no problem, man. Tune in. Dirty Boxing, June 14th, live on YouTube. I think there's still a few tickets left on eventbrite.com/DBX2. If you want to show up in the building, we'll be in Miami partying our asses off. Good times, man. And check out Platinum Tequila at tequilaplatinum.com. That's my stuff.
Home of Fight will be in the building. I will be there. Cannot wait. Mike Perry, thank you so much, man. We'll see you next week.
See you soon, brother.